Welcome back to 5 Minutes of Finance with your guy, Evan, aka The Money Man. Today we're going to be talking about prepping for the new year while preparing for these next 30 days. Sometimes we get to the end of the year and we start to dwindle down, or we just take deal by deal and we just go through the motions, right? But what should we be doing? First, we need to prep for it, right? The prepping phase, preparing for what's about to happen, right? We got to clean up our CIT. We've got to make sure all that our contracts and transits are cleaned up as much as possible, because we know we're about to get busy. We're going to get busy with commercial deals, with cash deals, with end of the year deals. We're going to be putting more deals together, being more. We're going to be more proactive, not reactive. We need to check in with our lenders, right? We need to make sure that we're sending the banks the deals that they deserve. And yes, I said that right. Sending the banks the deals that they deserve. They've got to earn it, right? We have to treat these lenders and these bank reps as people on our team, right? But we also have to hold them accountable. Are they giving us the right opportunities? Are the programs, the structures that we need for our customers and for our dealerships? We've got to sharpen our menu skills. We've got to be on point. We've got to practice, keep preparing for those opportunities, right? Sales F&I expectation alignment and communication protocols. What does that look like, right? A lot of you are like, what does that even mean? Well, we need to have expectations for communications with our finance people. Are they communicating with our salespeople, our frontline warriors effectively, right? Are they communicating with the sales managers, which they should be on a day-to-day basis, a deal-to-deal basis, to make sure to maximize all of our profitability and be transparent, clear, and convenient for that customer, right? It's more now easier than ever for a customer not to come to the dealership because of one little convenience factor. So making sure that we have all of those things in place, buttoning up the end of the year. The next thing that we should be focusing on is an influx of cash outside credit unions, credit union deals, commercial deals, those harder to do deals is what I'm going to say, right? The ones that you have less time to prep for, the things that are just kind of thrown on you and, hey, get the deal done. We've got to have this done or we're not doing the deal through you all, right? Those are the type of customers, the back half of the month that you're going to get. More cash, credit unions. That makes me say, hey, we got to focus on our process with our credit union conversions, right? How do we convert our current deals, our current outside financing deals? How do we convert them to finance in-house, right? Even if we have to take a small fee to get the rate we need from the bank, but then capitalize on the back end, right? What does that process currently look like? Quick commercial buyer value stack presentation. That means I need to have something in place to where I'm doing multiple deals and it's easy for me to print out a pre-positioned menu to give that customer optimal protection for their commercial buying experience, right? If they have a landscaping business, I need to tailor that presentation to the landscaping business. If they have commercial real estate business, then I need to tailor that presentation to be for a commercial real estate, right? So we really need to think on how are we going to present and how are we going to prepare even faster, right? The next one is the speed stack, right? Making sure that we have everything we need to do it with urgency, because I remember those days doing 10, 12, 15 deals in a day. They get busy, right? We also have to have bundles, and we have to make sure that we're prepared for the fast-paced environment. Leadership structure. This is key for the last 10 days of the last half of the month, right? A daily 90-second F&I huddles to maintain focus. We need to make sure that the finance office is getting together on a daily basis, even if it's a 90-second thing, right? These are the things that we've seen and the trends, and this is what to expect moving forward. What are our current processes for X, Y, and Z, and how are we going to execute them? The next thing is stay involved with everything, right? From start to finish. Stay involved with the BDC. Stay involved with the desk, making sure that our communication is optimal, the deal flow process is seamless for that customer, right? Now you might be asking, what are a couple tangible things that my finance people can do to make sure that some of this happens? Well, number one, they should already have this. They should already have this planner and they should be filling it out. There's very simple little blocks on day-to-day that track metrics, track our PVR, our products per deal, track our ancillary products, our morning five, and I guarantee you a lot of them are not doing that on a daily basis, right? I have meetings with some of them and they say that they are, and we go through them and we research them, but that's something that could be done more effectively, is actually writing down our targets, our goals, our expectations, not just for today, but in the future and moving forward. The second thing I can tell you is a SWOT analysis. I know we've talked about it or mentioned it before, but please, if you need this, it's in the file vault, or I can print it, or I can send it to you. But strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. What's going on in the F&I realm, in the F&I department, in the F&I offices, so that we can prepare for next year to take some of those weaknesses, turn them into strengths, some of those threats, and turn them into opportunities. Here's an example, just a quick example of what that might look like, right? My strengths would be my customer relations, my product knowledge, maximizing deal structure. My main one is my attitude, right? You got to have a strong attitude. Some of my weaknesses might be I stay on finance island. I'm committed to 3Ps some of the times, right? Being available when needed. If I need a TO, if accounting needs me, I'm available, whoever needs me at whatever times, right? The slow days or the months, the routines, simple communications, those are some of the weaknesses, right? So let's focus on some of the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, and how are we going to execute this back half of the year to be more profitable and have the best experience for the customer that we possibly can. Let's go.